followed were careful, bruised things. What does this mean for us? Can we do long distance? Will you come back? He always answered with, "We'll figure it out," which she slowly learned was his way of saying he already had, and the answer wasn't what she hoped. The bell above the cafe door rang. Layla looked up, and her heart forgot how to beat. Daniel stood in the doorway, soaking wet, chest heaving like he'd run the whole way there. His eyes found her immediately, the way they always had, like she was the only steady thing in a spinning room. "You weren't supposed to come," she said. Her voice barely made it across the table. "I know." He crossed the cafe and sat down across from her. Rain dripped from his jaw. He looked at her like she was something he was trying to memorize. "I couldn't not come." Silence stretched between them, thick and aching. "You should have just left," she whispered. "It would have been easier." "For who?" She looked away. Outside, a car moved slowly through a puddle, headlights blurring in the wet street. She felt his hand cover hers on the table, warm, familiar, heartbreaking. "Layla." His voice cracked on her name. Just her name, and it undid her completely. "Don't." Her eyes burned. "Don't say it like that. I love you." "I know." A tear slipped down her cheek. "That's the worst part, Daniel. I know you do. Because this was not a story of a love that died. It was the story of a love that simply could not survive the distance between who they were and who they needed to become. And somehow, that was so much harder to grieve." They stayed in that cafe until the rain thinned to a whisper. They talked, really talked, for the first time in months. About fear, about dreams, about the version of a future they had quietly let go of without a funeral. She laughed once, and it surprised her, and then she cried again. When it was time, they stood outside on the wet pavement under a sky that had finally cleared. He held her face in his hands. She held his wrists, not pulling him closer, not pushing him away. Just holding on for one last moment. "You're going to be extraordinary," he told her. "So are you," she said. "Just somewhere else." He kissed her forehead, soft, slow, final. And then he walked away. Layla stood on that pavement long after he disappeared around the corner. She stood there with her heart cracked open and the cold air filling her lungs and the strange, quiet knowledge that she would survive this. Not today, maybe not for a long time. But someday. The night was clear now, and above the rooftops, one star had appeared, small and bright and stubbornly present. She wiped her eyes. She walked home. Sometimes love isn't about holding on. Sometimes the bravest, most beautiful thing it can do is let go.